Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hi, I'm Greg.
I'm Shelly. And
together we're Dave's Great Adventure.
We are coming to you from Lake Conroy Lake in Texas. I can't remember.
Lake Conroy.
Thousand Trails Campground. And we just thought we'd sit outside today. Gorgeous view of the lake here. We have a little breeze, but I think we're okay to film. And Sound-wise, yes.
Yep.
The sun is warm.
Visiting with some locals.
Yeah.
So
sat here for about an hour visiting with a gentleman. It was fun. He lives here in one of the homes here year-round. So anyway, this video is part two of our trip to the Oregon coast.
Or through the Oregon coast.
Through the Oregon coast, up and down the 101.
Yep. And so, we're stayed at the Whalers Rest, Thousand Trails. It's just on the south side of Newport.
Right.
And we stayed on the north side of the campground. There's kind of split up. There's a road that goes down the middle. There's the north side and the south side. It's got a nice lodge. There's a north lodge and a south lodge, which you'll see in the video. The north side seemed to have more spots for bigger rigs.
Yeah, I didn't get a picture of our spot. I wish I would have. The weather was kind of crummy most of the time. I kind of point on a map as we're walking through the lodge where our spot was. But the south side, it's seemed a lot tighter, especially to drive through there with the road and all that stuff. They're all back ends, which I think they were mostly on the... Your phone, my phone.
Your phone. Now we then on the south side, the spots seem to be a little bit tighter. Not as many for the big rigs like we've got.
We drove through there looking for a spot, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was tight.
Trying to get in there and all that stuff with our 42-foot trailer and our big one-ton dually.
Yeah, we're 65
But
total.
on that side is where the pool and the hot tub is. But there is lodges on both sides.
Right.
And then the store's there too, and there's a little restaurant.
On the south.
So you'll see that in that video that we have, and some pictures that we got.
Yep. So it was a nice stay. That Thousand Trails is a really nice one.
But again,
it's older. No, zero again, internet.
So, I mean, Wi-Fi is really real weak, and then the cell phone signals, you might be able to text, but it didn't really have enough to stream or do any of that stuff.
No.
So, but you could go down to the lodge and kind of get a little bit better on the Wi-Fi, but still it wasn't much to do anything.
No, it really wasn't.
So we drive into town, but just, you go, if you head right into town about, 2-3 miles just on the south side of Newport there, 4 bars, 4G, at least Verizon, again, so you can do that, or you have to go a little bit further south to get signal. But
so we'd have office on the beach again. A lot of the time. We stayed there 2 weeks, and it was nice. It was a nice stay. We'll be back. We're from Washington State, so we'll spend time on the Oregon coast.
Yeah, we're going to go back this next summer. So
yeah, that's the plan.
And then with that is the bridge there. As we actually, I think the photos that you took was actually us moving there. That was on moving day.
Yeah.
From Pacific City down to Whalers Rest. So as we came across the bridge there, just took pictures at the Interpretive Center, kind of looking back on it. It's an older bridge. Remember, they redid it.
Yeah.
Rebuilt it and all that stuff. But it said when they went through and redid all the bridges down the coast of Oregon.
The Interpretive Center there
had all that history.
Really, very informative. So if you have, it didn't take us very long, half hour maybe. Go through it, and it tells you about the history of the bridges there in Oregon, and
it's part of the visitor center. It's right there, in the Waldport. So and then from there we went down to Devil's Churn, and
it's outside of Yachats.
Yep. So tell us about that.
Well, we did, and in doing some research on it, it's very easy to miss it. So if you want to go there, make sure that you find it on your GPS. A lot of people in reviews said, man, we almost went by it. So you kind of got to look for it, but it's called the Devil's Churn Wayside or something.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of winding through there.
Yeah.
It's one of those tight, windy areas, and so you could miss it, you know, because you're trying to pay attention to the road, which is a good thing. So.
Right. Remember, there was one building, and it had a little restaurant coffee shop there, and then the second building was the bathrooms down below, and the parking lot was right there. And there's a $5 parking fee. You have to have an Oregon State something to waive that fee. You can buy like a 3-day pass, but we didn't buy one. So we just paid the $5 parking fee for there. But we went on it's called the Trail of the Restless Waters, and it's a half-mile hike.
Yeah, it's just on a paved kind of switchback as it went down. You know, goes down quite, pretty fair amount, but not too bad.
Yeah.
We didn't go all the way down because we had our dog with us, and it was pretty wet down. We go down to the one landing area to go back to view actually the churn back in there. It's just, you go down, but it was pretty wet.
We went most of the way on the trail.
Yeah, most of the way. We just stopped there because even though it was dog okay, but our little guy would get all wet and cold. So
yeah.
But pretty neat hike, and just to walk down through.
Oh my goodness, it was so pretty.
So
and
we're kind of walking through the the forest, kind of the trail goes. It's really pretty. So
it was pretty.
Anyway, and then another area we went to through there was it's on the south side of that bridge in Newport, where we would go quite often in that area to get cell signal.
Yeah.
Because there's cell towers right there. But we decided that we need to eat there because we've heard that was the place in the area for fish and chips.
Well, I had looked up best fish and chips near me, and that was one of them that came up, and had great reviews. And
yeah,
so
it doesn't look like much. It's like an old rundown fish market, whatever, and they do, they do
pretty
crab
much
boils, they do all kinds of stuff out there. But we actually got a couple of a variety of the fish. We did like salmon and halibut and cod.
Yeah, they're special.
And stuff like that. The special they had that day, and but it was really good. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to when we go back through there, whether we're camping or not. We're pulling off, might block the side of the road with our truck and trailer, but we're going to stop in there and have some more.
I think, it was probably one of the best fish and chips. And
pretty good.
Boy, like Greg said, it wasn't much to look at. We sat outside on picnic tables, and it was very good, though.
Yeah.
Very good. Well worth the trip.
And then, we went also right there. Just south of there, there's access to the South Beach State Park.
Yep.
And actually, they have cell signal, of course, and then
really good.
So
cell
you get on the
signal.
internet and all that stuff. Because those towers are right there, and there's really nothing blocking it.
Yeah.
We went there and we drove through the campground. It looked like a really nice campground.
Yeah. So if you're not Thousand Trails, or you are Thousand Trails and just want somewhere that has cell signal and bigger camping spots, I think, and be right there on the beach.
Yeah. I mean, some were bigger, not necessarily that many of them, but it was
that's
nice.
True. But it was state park. So.
Yeah, and so you stay there for a few days or whatever you want to do. But they have beach access there where you can actually go down and park in an area that's not, it's just down from the campground. And there's a bathroom there and all that type of stuff. But you can walk up over the dunes. And I think there's video of that or some photos.
There is. Yeah.
And it was,
there
might have been 3 or 4 other people that we could see on the beach, that while we were out there.
And this was during the week.
Yeah, but you still get people like that one couple, I think, that came out. They just brought their chairs and blankets, and they went out there and they just sat and waited for the sun to set. And we found that more times than not on any of the beaches. People just, in the afternoon, would bring chairs and blankets out, and they'd sit and they'd watch the sunset, and then they'd pack up and head back.
That's the fun thing about this lifestyle, is you can slow down a little bit.
Yep.
And
enjoy some
you
sunsets.
can enjoy some sunsets. And I think tonight we need to come down here and watch the sunset here at the beach, at the lake. So.
What, retard? You're so silly. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
So, anyway.
But anyway, it was a really nice park and really nice beach access, and beach there's really nice and flat and wide open.
Yep.
So you guys would enjoy that a lot. And then we briefly went to the town down from there, which we'll probably explore more this summer.
Yeah.
When we go back in that area is the town of Florence. And so we kind of went to the historic old town of Florence and did a lot of walking around and that area and stuff like that. So talk about that.
I have some history there. I actually went to first grade in Florence.
I didn't know it existed back then.
Yeah.
And that's a long time ago.
Yeah, we lived there when I was young. Actually,
They didn't have electricity back then, did they?
My dad, he ran the airport there. It was a little tiny airport there in Florence. We used to have a little sandpiper plane or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but so anyway, yeah, I went to first grade there in Florence, so that was kind of cool. And actually the school, when we drove by it, now it's a mall. I mean, it's the same building, but it has shops and stuff in it now.
I think they converted it to it's almost like an antique mall where everybody has their own booth. So I don't know if it's antiques or not. We didn't go in, but
just a little
it
shopping
has stuff like that,
type
shopping
thing.
things,
Yeah.
so.
Anyway, so little side note there. So I have ties to Florence.
But the old town, you park down to the old part of town down there. There's some bunch of restaurants. There's some coffee shops.
Cobblestone
walks, and there's whereas you can walk out. There's actually a gazebo in the little park area that actually he took some pictures and posted, and then come find out some friends of ours.
Yeah.
Who's their son is the best buds with our kids and playing baseball and all the sports growing up in that area. He was actually married there.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's just really cute. You'll see the video there, the little pictures there that we took of the Old Town Park. So if you're on the Oregon coast and in the Florence area, take some time to go down there. We just walked down one side of the street and walked back the other, and didn't take us long.
Even had Boo Boo with us. And
it's very dog friendly.
Yeah, some of the shops that they don't allow dogs in, they just post it, but otherwise you can bring them in.
Stayed out, but
we would carry them. So
So down there by the gazebo and by the Old Town Park, there you can see the Siosla River Bridge, and I took some pictures of that. So that's what bridge that is there.
And then from there, I think we took some pictures of this lighthouse on the way down, and then we took pictures coming back with the sun setting against it. And there was one point where Shelley jumped out. We come out of the tunnel. There's a lot of tunnels through there where you go on the hillside and you come out, and then there's a little bridge on the other side of it, and I pulled over on this little access road that was to the right. I could basically block the road with my truck because she wanted to get a picture that thought the lighthouse would show up right there pretty good. So she ran back on this little tight, I was thinking, oh my goodness.
Well, it was a long bridge,
she's going
but
to get
it was
hit.
narrow.
She's just walking along the side rails of this narrow bridge, and But anyway, she said there was a tree, and you'll see it in the picture, a tree blocking the lighthouse, but you got a better picture of the old house that's associated with the lighthouse.
I know growing up and taking the kids to the coast and all that, we had been to that lighthouse quite a few times, so we didn't take the time to go down to their interpretive center.
No, we'll do that on that. We just said, it's kind of the far extreme of where we were staying to try to get some of these, because you want to spend, do it casual, and we did it on that one.
But it's a very iconic lighthouse.
Yeah, that one is.
It's right by the sea lion, not too far from the sea lion caves there on the Florence, in the Florence area.
Yeah, we love the lighthouses, and that's what we try to see many of them as we can, and then we'll continue to do that. So hopefully you guys enjoy the lighthouses.
Definitely.
As we kind of throw them in there, and we'll try to do some tours and give you guys information on them, because there's several more in Oregon that we'll be visiting this next summer.
So that pretty much wraps it up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed our little video of the second part of the Oregon coast.
Yeah, from there we basically just went back up and spent Thanksgiving with her family, and then from there we headed south. We made a stop in Southern Oregon, visited with some family down there, and then we'll get into probably the next video from that point is our journey through California.
Yep.
We just had a few stops trying to get through California down to Palm Desert, and so we'll probably do a video or two
so stay tuned for those.
So we'll document our journey there.
That's right.
And we appreciate you guys coming along, and hope you guys enjoy this. If you have questions or comments, we love those.
Yeah.
Throw them out there.
Tell us about your favorite spots on the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
So that we can hit them when we go back this summer.
Or northern California coast up above like Eureka
or Washington.
North. We're probably going to go there. And then again on the Washington coast, we're going to explore that. We've really not been too much on the just Long Beach area, but not up north.
So we're excited about that. So anyway, please remember and live your life remembering that every day is a gift.
So don't count the days, but make the days count.
We'll see you soon.
Whaler's Rest was the campground at Thousand Trails.
We didn't do our opening.
Oh.
We can do our opening?
Sure.
Okay.
So, good afternoon. You can do it this time. I think the last time I did.
Well, you need to say, Greg.
Oh. Okay.
Don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. We then went and spent time with our family for the Thanksgiving holiday, and that was the end of our. Wait. We have a boat behind us here, so we'll just wait to get out till they go by. But isn't that cool? We're sitting by the lake. There goes the boat. I think they're fishing.
Those guys look like they're fishing.
Yeah. That's a fishing boat.
I know on launch we're waiting, and they launched and just cranked up their stereo. And
they were just out for a good time.